Hello. So this is where I work, and this is where I do most of my studying and most of my coding. And this is my seat. I sit here. I place the laptop on my lap, and I just start coding. A couple of things to talk about today. One thing is like looking at others in hope of something. Okay? Don't do that. Don't ever do that. You can't rely on others at all. If you wanna achieve something, if you wanna do something, then you gotta do it on your own. Okay. It happened to me that uh, some sometimes ago I always used to think that I am not privileged enough to study, or I am not given the opportunities to learn. And somewhat it was true because if you look, I didn't have any resources. We didn't have any internet in our home. I didn't have a laptop. I'm talking about like some years ago. But in recent times also, uh, okay, so that was the phase when I didn't have internet and I didn't have a laptop, was about 4 5 years ago. Then after I bought laptop and after I had internet and all the facilities also, I always felt like something was missing that will prevent me from reaching the heights I want to reach. And it hasn't been much that I have came to realize my responsibilities, and it haven't been much since I came to realize that if I want to do something, then all I have to rely on is myself. So like I told this to one of my cousins today, cousin's son actually today, that he is in class 8, and I told him that if you want to study, if you really want to study, then you will study. Teachers can't make you study. They can never, because to study and to understand things, the very important thing that you require is the will. The will to study yourself and the will to understand the problem yourself, and the discipline. But first of all, that will comes. If you want to do something, then if you really want to do something, then you will make sure that you have all the resources, all the discipline that you require, and you won't be, you will be focused. But sometimes we don't have all those things. We need to be somewhat privileged, but we can't look at others' face for them to spoon feed us. And especially for the knowledge you want to gain, you can't ever look at other people and hope them to teach you stuff and to learn. You got to do it on your own, because everyone is busy solving their problems, and only few of them are actually dedicated enough to teach someone. But people, when people find you interested, they will try to provide you with tools actually. And if they are providing with that you with that tools, you need to consider them. But first of all, your will comes first. If you are really willing to study, then you will try to make those things possible. If you look back a while ago, I was always looking at my teachers for inspiration, for motivation, and for resources, for knowledge. I was always looking at my teachers, I was looking at my parents for money, I was looking at my parents for motivation, and I was hoping they could make it easier for me to study by providing the resources, by providing money, or by providing me with the environment. But I have came to realize that first of all you must want to do that, because I had all those things but I wasn't studying. Somewhere I lacked the I lacked the direction, and as time passed by I gained more experience and I was learning more things. And right now I'm in a phase like somewhat clarity. I have got somewhat clarity about where I'm going to go, and how should I do when I want to do something. And the answer is to just do it. Just do it. You know, the if you are even not willing to do it, but if you try to convince yourself why you have to do it with factual reasons, based on facts, you try to convince yourself that okay, so this is the reason I must do it. The velocity, I always think about the velocity. It doesn't work every time, but mostly what I feel is if I keep on working, then I will always look forward to it. If you keep working, it becomes normal. If you keep learning, it becomes normal for you to learn new things every day. And this is that just came to my mind right now. That when I was feeling that I lack motivation to study, actually I wasn't learning anything, and that was motivating me to not to learn more and more. But if you keep learning, if you keep understanding things daily, if you make a habit of learning daily, then you want to learn something. And let's look where I reach. I am not. I haven't reached a state where I am. Where I can proudly say that I learn efficiently every day. I am not very efficient. I take a lot of breaks. I procrastinate a lot right now. It has been, but that things are going downhill. Okay, I feel like I have been much productive in recent times, and the main thing why is the motivation. When my fifth sem started, I looked back and I saw that fourth semester I had already passed and I had no skills. I had zero skills. Actually, I studied average. I studied average, and I had some fundamentals were clear to me, but mostly I don't think I was that good. I was average and below. But since our fifth sem started and I looked back and I realized that I have already spent my half year where I was supposed to, where in this 4 year I decided to, I decided to come out becoming able to do something, programming and realizing my dreams, starting a company or learning AI, and building websites and earning money from all these things. 2 years have already passed and I am not still ready. So that motivated me to study, and I've been trying to carry it on, and I'm trying different techniques. Sometimes I'm strictly routine focused. Right now I don't feel like that works for me. Right now what I feel like works for me is to just wake up and start studying whatever I like. The main point is to learn, and I don't think that is a very efficient way, because you miss out on a lot of things while doing that. But what happens is it sets a velocity. It sets a speed that you want to keep learning those things. You are getting more familiar with these things, and your mind is making map of different things. So that continuum actually pushes you to study more and more. If I try to mix up lots of things, then I don't feel like, I'm studying this, and I fix a time. I fix a 4 hour frame to study something, and in that 4 hour frame, all I can do is initialize myself to study. I will only write a couple of pages, and after the 4 hours have passed, I will be confused. Like, okay, I had decided to finish this much in 4 hours time, but I haven't been able to do that. So shall I go on? Shall I move on to another thing that I have decided for another 4 hours, or carry this on to the next, Pomodoro session for of the 4 hours? And I get confused, and that makes me want to procrastinate. The main flaw in the routine technique for me is that I procrastinate a lot, because I set a 4 hour time period to do something, and if I can't do that, it is a lot of load mentally, and I feel like I can't achieve anything, and I just want to sleep or procrastinate or watch films. But if I wake up and just decide that I'll just learn for today, I will just learn JavaScript, or I will just look at this algorithm and do it till I finish it, then I actually finish it, and I actually learn something from it. But the flaw is that it is very inefficient. It takes me a lot of time to understand simple concept, but my hope is that I'll get better at it. And if this doesn't work out, and my another semester is also gone, you know is not expected, or I cannot find value in this, I don't know what I will do, but I will certainly not hold back. I'll just keep trying. Thank you.